Morning folks, welcome to the vlog, Dog Walks with Jordi. Where are we today? Oh, you start whinging already. I'm Foz, this is Jordi. Oi, that's a grumpy. What do you mean? You can call me sir for that from now on. This is vlog 5. We have come today to the south of Hampshire, just inland from the Solent, to do, just look at the phone here, to do the Titchfield, Meon and Brownwich circular, which takes us from Titchfield in a kind of pretty well defined oblong down to the Solent and back up the Titchfield canal. Yeah, so we'll get on with it and see how we go. I thought we'd try and have a look at what the map says on the phone. It's not a great picture, that is it, but never mind. Onwards and onwards. Just leaving the car park. The car's over there. We're going to head this way and turn right and then up onto the road. We're on a road section for a while, so I'm not going to record that. It's just we'll pick it up again shortly. This is the village of Titchfield, and you can see some horses over there. You know they're horses because it says so. We've walked up through the village and along this A road. The dog's been on the lead the whole time, which I'm not great keen on really, and we're just about to head off up in this direction. Should take us away from the built up area and hopefully get the dog off the lead. And just behind me there, if we carried on a little bit, is an even more major A road. But anyway, as I say, we're off down this way and hopefully it opens up a bit. We've just come down that way from Brownwich Lane. We're in Brownwich Lane, and there's a signpost here for various farms, all of which are called Brownwich, and we're heading off in this direction for a bit more of the same by the looks of it. There is another track leads off to the left, or a road even, but we're going this way. If you're patient with Brownwich Lane, and you have to be fairly patient with it because it's quite long, eventually you get to this. And I've got to say, it's well worth waiting for. Just have a little look around at this. We're facing sort of south. Over there you can see the Isle of Wight ferry and the Isle of Wight, obviously the body of water in front of us, the Solent, and then this would be to the west. Solent carries on around there. What you can see in the far distance is actually part of the mainland, that's not the island. I think I'm right in saying that the island disappears over there behind the spit of land you can see coming out from the right hand side. And then if we go this way, you can see the Isle of Wight heading off to the east and the mainland cove curving around with the cliffs. Brilliant. The question is, do we walk along the shingle beach and risk not being able to get up the cliff, or do we go along the footpath which is just there? I think initially we'll go along the footpath. And what do you think? Yeah, fair enough. Intelligent input as usual. Right, onwards. Incoming! I don't know if you can see them. Flight of geese. Yeah, we took the high track to avoid being stuck below the cliff, and it takes you straight out of the shingle beach and then off again up here. I have to say, in the sort of 40 or 50 yards we walked along the shingle beach, I decided I wouldn't want to walk too far along there because it'll take a toll on your legs. Anyway, we are off up in that direction, presumably to walk along the top of that cliff there. We just climbed off the beach. It's not very far. I don't know if you can tell in that shot, but it's that far. We're on the top here. Just come across this signpost, England Coast Path. I've got to say, I've never heard of England Coast Path. That probably says more about me than it does about the England Coast Path, but never mind. Just next to it is this board. Before we talk about that, let's look at this. This says England Coast Path National Trail. It probably is very well known, just not to me. Anyway, on the board here it says wildlife on the shore. The shore here is an important feeding site for protected birds. Thank you for sharing our shores and keeping this area special. Can you spot oyster catcher, ring-tailed plover, dark-bellied Brent goose? Don't know if that was what went over a few minutes ago. What about the lesser spotted Jordi? Stop looking gormless. We're going this way. Moving on again, just beyond the signs we've just read, and we're off up here through the gorse bushes, which it takes you along the cliff top. There's a massive flock of very noisy geese in the field over on the left. I don't know if you can hear them. We'll have a look when we get a bit closer. There they are, in the field. I don't know if you can see them. I hope you can hear them. Presume they're the black geese we were supposed to look for. Hard to miss, really. Quick look around. As you can see, we're on the top of the cliff, behind the gorse bushes. Just arrived at a crossroads here. We came from that direction. And we're faced with this. Let's see what the sat-nav says. What do you say, sat-nav? Tells you to take the track to the right, which is that one. Which we're going to do that anyway, but hey-ho. This is a tad annoying. We've got a fantastic view to the right, but you can't see it because of the high hedges both sides. Oh, gap in the hedges, and the view's back. Look at that. Beautiful autumnal view of the Solent. Not mentioned this before, but it's actually quite chilly today. It's about 5 degrees now. As long as you keep going, it's fine. It's not one of those days which chills you to the bone. I wouldn't like to stop for too long, mind. Just thought I'd show you this. The track really narrows here between the hedges, and because it's so narrow, and we've had quite a lot of rain, it's just a muddy path. Where I come from is, well, it's a muddy path, but walking along in these sort of conditions where I come from is known as plodging in the clarts. Plodging in the clarts, to see it properly. And for anybody who needs a translation, that just means walking in the mud. When I was a kid, we used to get our wellies on and go out plodging in the clarts. What fun. Just arriving back at some habitation here. Again, we're left with a choice. Do we go along the shingle beach or do we go inland? I'll have a little look to see. But it just sort of occurred to me how still the sea is today. It's late November. So it's, what is it, the 29th of November? Yes, it is 29th of November. And the sea is flat calm. I mean, it is sheltered here. It's always sheltered by the Isle of Wight, but particularly calm today. Anyway, just around here, there's a sign that says England Coast Path, Footpath, Solent Way. Okay. What does the sat-nav say? Yeah, it shows us this track directly ahead of us between the fences, but it's telling us to go this way. And then the sign just up there says children's play area. I think it says no dogs or dogs on lead or whatever, so I'm going to put the dog on the lead. We just walked through this, don't know how to describe it really, it's a kind of village of holiday homes. Probably not occupied all year round, they're probably only occupied in the summertime, but they're all, well, they all look very new and they're all built higgledy-piggledy, and this one in particular looks very new. It looks plastic. That's the only word I can think of for it. This is the other end of it. We've actually come out on the Meon Road. I know that because the sign there says Meon Road. But we're going to go back down through this gap to the water's edge. Hopefully we'll find the footpath again just along there. Fishermen. Fishermen and dogs. Behind us we have the holiday village and the fishermen. Just come along that stretch of beach. We're going to go off down there in a second, but before we do that we're going to go over there and have a little look at Titchfield Haven National Nature Reserve. As you probably see, it tells you there's a visitor centre 400 metres in that direction. Couldn't help noticing this. Right on the water's edge. I hope it doesn't mean someone's done a Reggie Perrin. Just spent some time looking at the phone and looking at the sat-nav, trying to decide where the footpath is to take us back towards the car. Well, now we've got to walk up the canal, which I believe is over there. The footpath is on the left-hand side of it as we look at it. And eventually managed to find this. So hopefully if we go along there, we shall get over in that direction. Just missed it. Silly dog got in a horse trough. What are you going to do? We're just leaving the Solent now. It's just behind those cottages. We came down the track there and we're heading off back this way, where we turn right and head inland back towards Titchfield village, which is about 2 miles away, I think. Let's see what we find along here. We're just walking along here with this, I think it's the Titchfield Canal. Walked some canals in my time, but this one's probably one of the smallest. I read somewhere that it was the second oldest canal in the UK, but beyond that I can't remember. I'm going to have to do some research and see what we can come up with. It's funny, isn't it? You never know what you're going to find. I've just come across this gate. I'd expect that to be locked, but I didn't expect this to be locked, and it is. Well and truly. And then you look over here and it tells you the Hampshire Council have very kindly closed the footpath for repairs from the 20th of November until the 30th of May, beg your pardon, April 24. Which caused us a bit of an issue because we've got all that to do to get back to where the car is. A moral dilemma. Well, I had a choice: walk 2 miles up the road or climb over the fence. And as you can see, we've elected to climb over the gate. Try and show you where we are here. If I can get a position where the light isn't glaring off it. The little blue triangle is where we are, and obviously we're heading north inland. Well, this is different. We're still heading north along the Meon Valley towards the car, and we come across this. The river is actually overflowing its bank onto the path and off down there. I know we've had a bit of rain lately, but it hasn't been that bad. It's nice and clean. Good place to clean your boots or flood them if you're not careful. Just got to the end of the track here. Overhead you can see where the horses are, where we started. The car's just over there, to the left of that building. And this is the gate to leave the track. River's still on our left. And the gate, this gate at the village end of this walk isn't locked. Has the same notice as has at the other end, telling you that the footpath's closed, but the gate isn't locked. Okay, we're back at the mobile studio. Well, that was a game of two halves, as they say. I never tried to rate these walks. I don't believe it's my job to rate these walks. They're all good. There's no such thing as a bad walk. You get out in the fresh air and in the countryside and it's always good. But this one was a game of two halves. The first half of it, I didn't film very much. Sometimes you find you get a circular walk and half of it, 2/3 of it is really quite good. But part of it isn't, and that's because someone's trying to make it into a circle when really it's not. It's a there and back, and it would have been fine as a there and back if you did the second half without doing the first half at all. So yeah, a few stats just to finish with. According to my phone here, All Trails, it was 10.39k. Elevation gain of 103 meters, which is nothing. The moving time, it's supposed to be just under 2 hours. It took 2.5 hours, which is just filming the dog. And I actually put the drone up on the Solent, so you'll see that hopefully when you watch it, or you'll have seen that when you watch the video. So that took a while. 1700 calories burnt. That's got to be good, isn't it? If you're a little fat bloke like me, it must be good. Yeah, anyway, just going to say, please, if you've enjoyed this the tiniest little bit, please give it a thumbs up and a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps immensely. Thanks very much. See you soon. Bye.